Welcome back to the Reidel Law Firm YouTube channel. Today I want to chat with you about negotiating tips and tricks for your franchise agreement. So if you're in the space or in the market to negotiate your franchise agreement, or you're looking at one, thinking about joining a franchise concept, that's what we do. We can help you with it. Also, hopefully this video is helpful for you. Towards the end, we'll talk about some tools that we have that might be helpful for you as well. So first thing, let's chat about franchise agreements. They're a little bit different than other agreements, leases, buy-sell contracts, things like that. They have, there's a different industry structure and setup. Part of that's because of regulatory practices. Other parts of it's just because the industry itself is different than dealing with a landlord, for example, or dealing with a supplier or a vendor. It's a much more closer relationship, a much more intimate relationship than buying, supplies, right, and putting it in your shop or whatever. So some differences there. That's okay. You just have to have a little bit different approach to how you are working with franchisors or looking at your franchise agreement and what might be important to you. We're going to chat a bit about those. So that just lays the foundation. They're different. And your approach should be different than how you approach leases, supply contracts. Okay, that's the foundation. So the first item I want to chat about in regards to strategies on negotiating these is that you need to have a collaborative mindset. So because these agreements are different, because the industry is different, and there's a much more intimate relationship, you need to have a collaborative mindset, both from negotiation, right, regarding the franchise agreement, through build-out, development, opening, all the way through operations and continuing until the end of the franchise term, right? Because you and the franchisor are allies, you're teammates, right? Within the same concept, you need to work collaboratively together to achieve goals, right? The goals of profitability, goals of revenue, whatever, all sorts of stuff. So approaching contracts, and especially the franchise agreement with the franchisor, from a more typical, antagonistic approach maybe, or a competitive approach, is very difficult. It's not recommended. It's not going to be a winner for you. And it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to color the discussions, and it's going to color the ongoing relationship in somewhat a negative manner, right? It's not going to be a process. It's not going to be a business relationship that will be fruitful, in my experience, in the long term when you come at it from a much more competitive approach. So approach it collaboratively. That's key. And what do I mean by collaboratively? I mean, look for situations, even if you want to change something in the franchise agreement, which is difficult anyways, but regardless, if you find something you're concerned about, you want addressed, and you want to find ways to handle it, right, to revise it, come with an approach where both parties win. Come with an approach where, hey, I'm concerned about X, Y, and Z. My proposal A, B, and C protect both of us, right? And it addresses my concerns in X, Y, and Z. That's the type of approach. That's very, very boiled down and simplistic, but that's essentially the approach, right? We want to make the franchisor understand and accept that our position, our proposal is win-win. It protects both parties. We're not trying to protect ourselves to the detriment of the other party, right, the franchisor or something. We're looking for situations where we can address both concerns, both sides, and make sure that we all win, right? We're all moving forward on the best deal and the best proposal. So that's what I mean by collaborative. Very, very important. So another tip that I would have for negotiating and discussing your franchise agreement with franchisors is be laser focused, be targeted, right? Now, what I mean by that is franchise agreements, when you read them, they're going to be scary, right? They're going to be onerous. They're going to be heavy for you as a franchisee. That's understandable. That's what franchising is, unfortunately. That's the way the industry is and the way our agreements are structured, because there's a very specific, industry practices. There's a very specific setup for our industry, for the franchise world. Now, what you should do in regards to being laser focused and approaching the franchisor with proposals is to go after the most important, most impactful, and I would say even the most reasonable proposals and modifications that you can to the franchisor. Don't go with a list of, 30, 40 things that you want to change. Don't go with a list of 3 or 4 pages. When I get those as a franchise attorney, I chuck them. It's just not worth the time or effort. We're talking about things that probably aren't relevant. We're talking about things that are probably going to cut to the core business relationship in a franchise agreement. And as a franchisor, a franchisor attorney, we're not interested in customizing these agreements for every single owner, right? We're interested in growing the system. We're interested in having standardized agreements across the country, standardized business operations, and lots of people making lots of money, right? That's what we're interested in. So don't do that. You want to be laser focused. I recommend highlighting the top, 4, 5, 6, maybe up to 10. I don't know. It depends on what the agreement is and kind of the experience of the parties, position of the parties. Find what works and what is most important and be laser focused on those. Don't meander. Don't think about, this and that, here and there. These are the 5 things I got. These are the 5 solutions I have from the concerns that I have, or for the concerns that are eating away at me or whatever, preventing me from moving forward. That's the approach you want. And that's going to produce results for you. So, so collaborative mindset, laser focused. The other one is have the power to walk away. That's the last tip I'll give you right now. Having the power to walk away is difficult, especially in the franchise world these days, because franchisors have a lot of power. But ultimately, you as a franchisee, as a buyer, have power to walk away, right? And that if there's something that indicates this is not a good deal, if there's something that concerns you deep enough, or you just don't get the right feeling, you get a gut feeling about something, listen to it, right? Have the power to walk away. Don't get blindsided by projections and financial performance representations and sales. Don't fall into the car salesman trap. We got to sign it within X number of days or whatever. You got to sign it or we're going to lose the territory. That happens, right? Be 100% on board. Don't leap before you look, I would say, right? Make sure you're ready for that. So if you're looking into reading your franchise agreement, understanding what your obligations are, the key terms, we can help you, right? Reidel Law Firm, we have a flat fee FDD review package. You can check it out on our website, reidellawfirm.com, and then /FDD-review is that specific page. But you can go to our webpage and you'll find it. And then also, if you're looking for more of a do-it-yourself approach, if you're comfortable with a lot of the legal terms or you don't really need an attorney, we also have a course. We have a course on negotiating your franchise agreement. We go through the specifics of collaborative mindset. We go over the specifics of laser focusing and targeting. And we also go over examples. It's a really great course. You can find that at learn.reidellawfirm.com. And also, we have a really cool tool in there where we have customized an AI assistant to help you identify and prepare modification requests for your franchisor. So if you want to change, say, the personal guarantee, very difficult. Don't expect it, but if you want to play with it or whatever, you can tell the AI assistant, hey, this is my franchise clause that talks about the personal guarantee. These are my concerns. These are some details. I'll ask you real specific questions about the franchisor. How do I approach the franchisor with their modification request? How do I change this? And it will tell you. It'll give you some really good feedback. It'll craft a request for the franchisor. Then what you do with the tool after that is you negotiate with yourself, right? So you tell the AI, be the franchisor, and let's negotiate back and forth. So you feed it the response. Then the AI assistant will come back and give you kind of a typical response the franchisor will give you, and you figure out how to negotiate, right? The AI will give you some tips on how to respond and things like that. It's really neat. It's a lot of fun. I've been working on it and building it for the last few months. Definitely check it out. That's learn.reidellawfirm.com. You get that complimentary with our FDD review package. So if you need the whole kit and caboodle, we got it. So we can help you with it. So check it out. Feel free to reach out if we can help you with any franchise agreements or understanding them or negotiating them. Till next time, we'll see you then.